What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, after a very long wait, we finally get to go ahead and see Need for Speed Unbound. Yes, the next Need for Speed game that's going to be coming out, I believe, actually this year in December. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to be completely honest with you guys. When I first initially saw this trailer, I was a tad bit worried when I saw the art direction they were taking. You know, it didn't really completely sink into me how good it actually is. But the more I watch it, the more I digest this trailer, like I said, it's growing on me. It is the perfect in-between of, a real-life visual racing game, something that looks extremely realistic, and a game that is, cartoony, looking like a comic book game. It's right smack dab in the middle. And both of those sides are not bad. Realistic racing games are really cool, and also, like I said, cartoony, out-of-the-box racing games are also fantastic as well. I have no problem with either or. But they tried to find an in-between, and to be real with you guys, it's growing on me, and it works. It looks fantastic. And to be honest with you guys, it's really giving me that Into the Spider-Verse type vibe. When I first saw that movie, like I said, the same thing with this Need for Speed Unbound trailer. It was a little offsetting at first, because I didn't really recognize the art style. It threw me for a little bit of a twist. And it's something that I need to adjust to. I didn't like it at first, but like I said, the more I watch it, the more, I replay it, the more I indulge in it, the more it grows on me. And I'm getting the same exact vibe out of this Need for Speed game right here. Now, of course, one of the most important things about this whole franchise, in my opinion at least, the vibe that it portrays. When I think of a Need for Speed game, ever since the very beginning of this whole franchise, what really got me into it was the nightlife street racing. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with daytime racing or just, free roaming during the daytime, but this is super duper duper classic Need for Speed right here. I mean, when I watch this trailer, it makes me think exactly of Underground. And Underground 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games out of this whole franchise. That's when I really got into Need for Speed, and that's where my love for this franchise just completely exploded, and I became an addict. And like I said, it's one of the main reasons why I love this game. While other racing games focus a little bit more on track gameplay or, more actual professional competitive racing, Need for Speed was always just that game that allowed you to get into, I don't want to say the bad side, but the illegal street racing side of things, the nightlife side of things. It was addicting. It got me hooked into this whole game, and I'm getting nothing but that when it comes to Need for Speed Unbound. I absolutely love it. And of course, they did showcase a few, daytime races and stuff like that in the trailer. Nothing wrong with that. I like that they have a daytime and nighttime cycle. It allows you to have a little bit of everything across the board. You can do the nightlife stuff when you want to, and at the same time, you could just drive around and do daytime races professionally. But I really hope that the focus is on the nightlife. Don't get me wrong, I like daytime racing, but when it came to Need for Speed Heat, I enjoyed the daytime side of things, but let's be real here. The majority of the fun that I got from that game was in nighttime racing, People will sweat their nutsacks off when it comes to Need for Speed games, and when you play daytime racing and there's no traffic, the courses are completely set, people will memorize the exact patterns, the exact paths, and they will dominate. Now, don't get me wrong, I can get competitive in racing games, and I enjoy that stuff, but the random factor is what I enjoyed about Need for Speed. That's what I'm saying. That's what pushed me away from other games and brought me into Need for Speed. Getting into nightlife, the illegal side of racing, cops can pop up whenever. They can interrupt the race. They can take you out. The vehicles, pedestrians, random cars coming through intersections. There's so many random variables, so many random factors that makes nighttime racing addicting. It gives you that adrenaline rush because you never know what's going to happen. When you daytime race, you do. You know the exact pattern, the exact path, the exact vehicle that you need for every occasion. And nighttime racing, anything goes. And I love that about this game. And man, boy, do I get that out of this trailer. It looks like instead of trying to push racing games to make them look extremely realistic, because let's be real, that's the direction we're pushing here. With Heat and all the other games that are coming out nowadays, they want these cars, the vibes to be as real as possible. The sounds, how they drive, the graphics, everything. They have to be spot on to real life nowadays. This game seems like they're trying to take us back to the arcade days of street racing, while still allowing us to have that open world feel that we love nowadays about these racing games as well. It's the perfect in-between, and to be honest with you guys, I'm extremely excited to go ahead and try it out. But, even though there are positives, there will always be negatives, and on this channel, I like to cover both, just to be fair for both sides, because I can't say that I'm not worried whatsoever. There are a few things that are lingering over this game that do stress me out. First and foremost, the fact that these developers were stripped from their game for a very long period of time to go work on Battlefield 2042. And as we all know, that game did not release good in any way, shape, or form. So they were probably stressed out like no tomorrow going ahead and designing that game. It probably took a lot of their time, a lot of their resources, and, they're coming back to Need for Speed here, probably absolutely drained. You got to keep this in mind nowadays. This was a trailer. What you are seeing right here is a trailer. This is what the developers, or this is what the publishers, especially coming from EA and Activision, the most scummiest publishers known to mankind, they are going to try to persuade you that this game looks fantastic, so it's going to play fantastic. You have to understand, it's not like back in the day where the trailers, would pretty much match up within the games. You saw something you loved in a trailer, you bought the game and got the experience. That's not how things are nowadays. Gaming has turned completely corporate. It's no longer about passion, it's about sales. So they will gladly go ahead and put more of their money into investing into nice trailers and nice marketing over putting money into investing into this game. And it has nothing to do with the developers of this title. It has to do with the publishers. So I have to be real with you, with the developers on this game being stripped from the project for a long time to work on Battlefield, which isn't even a racing game. So their minds were in a different realm. They were making an FPS game. Now they have to switch back over to making a racing game, which they haven't had time on because they were working on a different project. And at the same exact time, they haven't even given us any real gameplay yet. So I think it's pretty fair to say that things might not go the way that you expect when it comes to this game. And, out of all people in the world, I am definitely one of those guys who want to see this game succeed. Need for Speed and just racing games in general are my go-to relaxation games. I am mostly an FPS type of guy. I like games like COD, Battlefield, Milsims or tax shooters, Insurgency Sandstorm, World War III, Rainbow Six Siege. I just like shooting games. But when I want to kick back, relax, and just have a good time and vibe with the homies, Need for Speed is definitely a go-to game for me. It's fantastic. This, along with Skate. I love Skate as well, but Need for Speed, it's perfection. I love cars. I love driving cars. I love playing with cars. It's the perfect game for me, right? So I want to see it succeed, but we have to be realistic here. Don't forget about how they handled Need for Speed Heat. The game had all the potential in the world, and, it still is a fantastic game. I would suggest if you can find it on sale, scoop it up. It's really fun. But how quickly they abandon these projects is just insane to me. And, even though I hope they don't do it to this game right here, they could give it the Heat treatment. They'll go ahead, give us a little bit of something, and then out of nowhere, in a blink of an eye, everything is gone. We're getting no more, major updates, no more content. The game is going to dwindle down, and then we got to wait years and years and years until we get a new project. The same exact thing can happen. So, like I said, it's not bad to be a little skeptical here when it comes to this game. It's not bad at all. So if you are, one of those people who are a little iffy about this trailer and you don't know how this game is going to turn out, don't feel bad for feeling that way. It's, completely logical. But I really do hope that this game can revive a lot of the excitement that the community needs right now. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, I am excited. I've been very cautious when it comes to other games, Call of Duty, Battlefields now. I don't really get too pumped up about these things nowadays because anything can happen. But with this game right here, Need for Speed Unbound, it looks fantastic. I'm extremely excited to go ahead and give it a shot. I want to play it. It's coming out in December, so it's right around the corner. And I got to be real, they did a good job with keeping this game on the low. All these other games are getting exposed left and right. You can pretty much figure out a whole Call of Duty title a year ahead of its release date. So, I'm so used to these games getting leaked so easily, but this game did a phenomenal job at staying very low key. And, like I said, keeping the hype real. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a massive favor, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions on how you feel about this trailer. Let me know, because I know there are a ton of mixed opinions out there, and I love reading them all, whether they're positive, whether they're negative, if you think the trailer looks fantastic, or even if you think it looks like a bunch of junk. Leave it down below. Give us a reason why. Explain your reasoning. I don't want to just say, oh, this game is booty cheeks. It's like, well, how am I supposed to know? I want to know both sides of the story, so make sure you let me know down below. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, bumps I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, if you subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games, I do it on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.